Bonus footage for those of you still around.
This is a Tricky Beat production.
7:30 a.m. We're getting the day started right now. Take control. Start out by writing down your goals like I do each and every day. We got the notepad. And then do your prospecting. Prospecting is one of the hardest things to do. It's the activity I enjoy the least, but oftentimes the activities you least enjoy are the most impactful. Happy pipeline, happy life. I want to bring you guys behind the scenes. Something I focus a lot of my time and energy on is building a personal brand. And in order to do that, I put out YouTube videos, I post on LinkedIn. This is a LinkedIn post I'm about to drop. Leaving voicemails after every cold call is like doing an extra rep in the gym. You won't see an immediate ROI, but the extra effort will always pay off. Challenge yourself not to hang up until after you leave the voice message. Your pipeline will thank you. It's as simple as that, guys. Show up, share your thoughts, and next thing you know, people will start to know your name. I found myself losing focus this afternoon, so I wanted to step outside, check this out. One of my favorite places to come outside and just take a breath. Do that with me now. Oh, you feel a lot better after that. What else will make you feel better? Hitting the like button on this video now. In reality, this pep talk is as much for you guys as it is for me. When you set those goals, when you say, I want to promote, I want to hit quota, I want to make more money, I want to XYZ get in shape, now is the time. The days are the time to execute. It's fun to think about your goals. It triggers dopamine in your brain of, oh, I'd love how I feel if I did that. But when you're actually in the moment, you got to take the action. So I'm starting to get distracted. I'm putting my feet up on the desk. I'm getting bored from cold calling. But after making this video, it's realigning me saying, okay, I have these big goals. I got to go take the necessary levels of action to make those goals happen. Think about that. It's currently 5:31 p.m. I'm finishing up the day right now. A lot of people ask me, hey Trent, what does a successful day in the life of an account executive look like? And to be honest, I don't have a great answer. I show up in this office, I sit at that desk right there for 10, 12 hours a day, and I try and put as much effort and activity in as I possibly can. The more experience I get, the more value I see around having a system, having a process of you should make X amount of calls, you should make X amount of emails, you should generate X amount of pipeline. I don't have the best system for that, but what I can share is that you'll go through some days and you'll look up and say, wow, I was sitting there for 10 hours and I feel like I didn't really accomplish anything. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but what I'd consider you asking yourself is, do you feel like you put in as much activity as you possibly could? That is my strategy, is activity. A lot of the sales leaders I work with, they always say, well, hey, what does that mean? How do we teach that to other people? And a great salesperson that can translate into a great sales leader is someone that isn't just a super rep, but that can teach their strategy. And the strategy I want to teach you here today is simply by putting in more effort and activity than the next person, and that will undoubtedly lead to results. I'm going to take you guys up to the desk now and break this down. Sales is a numbers game. Just like how if you take 2 + 2 = 4, if you're in sales and you're looking to get your numbers up, make sure to subscribe to this channel now. That came out way more cheesy than it sounded in my head. But in reality, sales is a numbers game. I was just talking about effort, activity. The more volume you put in, the better results you're gonna get. So a lot of people message me and say, Trent, what tips do you have? How do I get my numbers up? How do I promote sooner? How do I go from SDR to account executive? And the answer is simple. It's increase your numbers. And that's a direct correlation to your work ethic and your volume. And I believe work ethic is a top behavior. So if at your company you're expected to make 60 calls, make 80 calls. If you're expected to have 5 meetings a week, have 10 meetings a week. And you, of course, can just take that mindset to put in more effort and activity. But as we think about sales as a numbers game, break it down and do the math. As an account executive, let's say my quota is $150,000 per quarter. That's what it currently is right now. In order for me to close $150,000 in net new business, I need pipeline. So just because I'm an account executive, that's why I'm hyper focused on pipeline generation, because the most successful reps, anyone can have a great quarter, anyone can have a great month, but those who are really the true superstars consistently hit their quota and perform each in every quarter, and you have the unique opportunity to prove yourself each and every day. That's why prospecting is so important. In order for me to close $150,000 in revenue, let's say I need at least 4x pipeline coverage. So that means $600,000 in pipeline hopefully will result in $150,000 in revenue. So if we look at the pipeline, okay, $600,000 in pipeline, how do you get that? You got to cold call, you got to email, you got to hope your inbound team does their job and brings you some pipeline, and you got to rely on your ecosystem and your team. And if you view it through that lens, sales and hitting your quota, it's a conscious decision. If you look at pipeline, you can break it down to, okay, if I make 100 calls per day and I have a 10% answer rate, I'll talk to 10 people a day, and I have a 20% set rate, I'll set 2 meetings per day, and then I have XYZ show rate, XYZ conversion rate. You can break it down and say, okay, I need to make 5,558 calls in order to generate $600,000 in pipeline. And then when you look at the pipeline to the revenue, look at your win rate and look at the different metrics that really matter. What is your average deal size? What is your win rate? If you look at the numbers and you reverse engineer the outcome you're trying to achieve with the inputs and variables, it becomes really simple. And it becomes, are you willing to do whatever it takes to reach that specific number to achieve your desired outcome? And by sales as a numbers game, that's how I think about it. So I'd encourage you to write down, what is your target? And if you don't have a target, that's number one. Write down, what is your target? I write down each and every day, I have closed $600,000 in revenue. So when we're talking numbers like that, that adds a whole new wrinkle in the fold. Start with your target, write it down, and remember, you're not working to reach your quota, you're working to reach your potential. So if your company sets an arbitrary target of $150,000 in revenue, you should target $600,000 in revenue. Why not? Set a big number. And then when you look at your number, what are the inputs and the variables that go into it? And then if you got to make 50 calls a day, double that. Make 100 calls per day. Do that for each and every day for months on end. And that's how you hit your targets. That's how you exceed your goals. That's how you find success sooner rather than later. If you got value out of this video, make sure to leave a like now, subscribe for more to sales videos, and of course, connect with me on LinkedIn if you'd like to see my pace and history. If you have any direct questions I can help you with. And then comment down below, what was your biggest takeaway? And of course, it would help with the algorithm as well. If you don't know what to comment, but you want to comment, you can comment a pen emoji or virtually any other office supply, or you can just comment the water drop emoji, because I'm going to take a drink of water now. Bonus footage for those of you still around, exciting channel update. A legitimate software company reached out to me today asking to sponsor the channel. It was incredibly humbling, and I was pumped to hear it because I think it's just a testament of what we're building. Can't thank you guys enough for the support. As I said, I'm a sales guy on the front line just like you guys. I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not trying to completely monetize the channel aside from the Google ads that we have to politely put in front of the videos. But I turned them down because I said pretty much, look, I'm not trying to sell anyone anything. I'm just trying to provide value. We're committed to long-term growth. Thank you guys again for the support. See you in the next video. Bye.